Heaven's Journey to Life. Day 8. How do we create, manifest who we are? In this post, we're moving into the dimensions of the nature of the relationships of positivity, neutrality, negativity within ourselves as the mind and without as the world system, within the relationship between energy and money, and the consequence this has manifested within ourselves and our relationships towards existence as what the nature of the relationships within existence has become due to the accepted and allowed nature of the relationship within ourselves. Especially within this, seeing, realizing, and understanding how what we accept and allow within ourselves, we will accept and allow within others as ourselves. Because we as individuals have not changed. We will not assist and support and stand up for change within and as others as ourselves or our creation as ourselves. In this, our existence has become one where we have continued within repetition and definition of acceptances and allowances as the silent contracts we've lived unspoken towards each other within this existence, within the nature of, I will accept and allow you as you are if you accept and allow me as I am. This has become the accepted and allowed justification, validation, excuse for each to have my life as we have walked within the previous post, to leave each to their own vices of survival as a mind consciousness of energy, to accept and allow self as all, to continue within their existence separation of relationships defined in value within positivity, neutrality, negativity. In this, we've each individually become responsible for the creation and manifestation of our mind and the creation and manifestation of the world system that has become defined within relationships of positivity, neutrality, negativity. The consequence of this was the emergence of competition, where each compete, fight for their survival energy to continue existing as a my life. The outflow consequences of this has been where substance reality as the physical has suffered at the behest of the illusion and as energy mind in multifaceted ways, which will be seen as we continue walking within this blog. Instead of us all seeing, realizing, understanding the simplicity of as the solution, for each to let go of, give up their separate my life as my consciousness as illusion, to stand, merge with the physical as reality, to stand within a starting point where life is valued, defined within the principle of equality and oneness as what is, will be best for all. In this, self does not exist as a separate my life, but stand and live within considering, regarding, honoring all as self, where all selves as individual lives are gifted the opportunity to live, experience, express on this earth as equals and as one. Yes, we will still exist as individuals, but within our thoughts, words, and deeds, we will live, express always in all ways, in considering, regarding, honoring everything, everyone as self. No more competing, fighting, surviving for energy, because all will have life, the opportunity of and as life within and as this physical existence. I forgive myself that I haven't accepted and allowed myself to see, realize, and understand how my mind of thoughts, feelings, emotions, personalities, constructs, systems, fantasies, imaginations, images, pictures, ideas, perceptions, beliefs, interpretations, etc., is and has been the illusion I have created of and as me, as each part manifestation of and as my mind is in fact a part manifestation of my beingness that I have accepted and allowed to manifest into a separate part manifestation. This I have done as I have continued to, throughout my existence, define myself in relation to others as me. And every moment I had and friction as experience towards a part manifestation of an as me in existence. That moment of friction as experience took a part of my beingness and channeled, manifested that part of my beingness into an experience as an energy thread. From there, I took that energy thread and defined it within and as a category of positivity, neutrality, negativity. And from within such categories, furthermore, programmed that energy experience and thread as a part of beingness into and as a value definition and accepted it as my personal individual experience of me in relation to another part of an as me. In this, I forgive myself that I haven't accepted and allowed myself to see, realize, understand how I have fragmented my beingness as manifested substance of as equality and oneness into and as separate parts, manifestations, into and as relationship tuned towards others as me, where I had become a being, individual of energy that cannot exist without defining, relating myself to towards others as me. Because as I continue defining, relating myself to towards others as me, as creating my relationship lines to towards them of energy experiences within positivity, neutrality, negativity, I interconnect myself into and as my external relationship network that become my unified field as personal world from where I constantly, continuously generate, recharge my energy existence as a mind. Instead of me standing within and as my manifested substance as beingness of as equality and oneness, where who I am is manifested equality and oneness, where in this no relationship lines, interconnections are needed and required to be deliberately created to connect me in separation to towards others as me. To in that connection define me in accordance to towards a part of me, for me to in that connection relationship generate energy for my continued existence. Because who I am is all as me here, manifested in as equality and oneness. Within equality and oneness, no relationships, connections, and separation from self exist, because who self is all, in fact, here. I forgive myself that I haven't accepted and allowed myself to see, realize, and understand the principle of who, what I am. I live and so create, manifest. In seeing, realizing, understanding how I have accepted and allowed myself to define myself in relation to others, where I have come to believe and perceive that who I am cannot exist, continue existing without defining myself in accordance to others. When the actual fact is that who I am as energy, as the mind manifests, cannot continue existing without the relationship lines of positivity, neutrality, negativity to towards others, as I have accepted and allowed myself to, as energy, as me, define myself as experiences towards others as me, where I have become dependent on those such relationships of positivity, neutrality, negativity to towards others as me to continue generating, charging energy for me through the constant and continuous experiences I have, where the mind consciousness system has become the automated manifestation that regulate, control all my relationship to towards all as me, within and as the nature of as positivity, neutrality, negativity, so that I am in constant motion as experience and living of as my life, as my mind. In this, I forgive myself that I've accepted and allowed myself to define my relationship lines, connection to towards money within as the relationship experience of as positivity, neutrality, negativity, as I've accepted and allowed myself to define who I am in separation of that part manifestation of as money as me. And in that accepted and allowed separation, manifested a connection relationship line to towards money as me within the nature of positivity, neutrality, negativity. And so I generate, charge my illusion as my mind, as manifested energy, with as my relationship connection lines to towards that part manifestation of an as me, as money. And in that continued, accepted, and allowed of that relationship of me to towards money, I continue experiencing me, generating, charging energy for me as I continue experiencing my relationship with towards money within as the experience of as positivity, neutrality, negativity. And so even money, my relationship with money, became a part manifestation of me that I use, abuse to generate charge energy within me as I continue experiencing myself within and as positivity, neutrality, negativity, within as money. I forgive myself that I haven't accepted and allowed myself to see, realize, and understand how my relationships with others as me has not ever been within the nature of reality, standing equal to and one with another as me, getting to know who they are as me. But I deliberately only created and manifested relationships within me to towards others as me. For me, generate experiences of as energy within me of positivity, neutrality, negativity. So that as I continue interacting with others as me, I continue experiencing my positivity, neutrality, negativity, and so generating, charging my life as my living, as my mind consciousness system, equal to and one with my relationship to towards money, where I had in this relationship created the nature of my experiences with as towards money, as positivity, neutrality, negativity, and not in fact stood equal to and one with money as me, but deliberately continued, accepted, and allowed my relationships towards money within as experiences of as negativity, neutrality, positivity, neutrality, negativity, for me to generate charge, my manifested illusion of as energy, as my mind consciousness system, for me to live as continue existing as an experiencing energy within the manifestation of my life only. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to deliberately create relationships and manifest those relationships within as the categories of as positivity, neutrality, negativity, for me to generate experiences for as myself that manifested into and as energy, for as me, as what I have accepted and allowed myself to be, become, as the mind consciousness system manifest, and in this, not in fact had an actual equal and one here-ness with any part of me, within and as existence, but in fact abused all as me for only me to generate, have, get energy, for me to continue existing within my belief of living as continuing experiencing energies of as positivity, neutrality, negativity. In this, I forgive myself that I've accepted and allowed myself to, in my relationship with as the part of manifestation of as money as me, that I've established within the categories of as positivity, neutrality, negativity, for me to generate experience for as myself that manifested into and as energy, not in fact had an equal and one here-ness standing with as money as me, and so abused money for me to only generate, charge my life and my living within and as my mind and my personal world of this on this earth. In this, I forgive myself that I haven't accepted and allowed myself to see, realize, and understand the manifested consequences of this, where I take energy, money for only me, to continue generating my life of as energy survival within and as myself, my world, as I continue perpetuating the experiencing of as positivity, neutrality, negativity, towards money, others as me. And because I have become so separated within and as my relationship with myself, within as my starting point of as energy within, and so with money without, I have not seen, realized the consequence of this. This has manifested towards substance reality as me, within myself, and this physical existence as me. I forgive myself that I've accepted and allowed myself to manifest myself into and as separation to such an extent that I've become possessed within as my own creation of as me, as the manifested illusion of as the mind that has become automated in generating experiences of as positivity, neutrality, negativity, towards all as me, to constantly, continuously take and charge my manifested illusion as the mind consciousness system. The consequence of the acceptance and allowance of me as manifested separation as illusion is that all I see, experience, am is energy, and me as this manifested energy. That I manifest myself into and as the illusion that all that exists is me, and I do not consider regard anything, anyone else as me in actual living equality and oneness. Because everything, everyone else has become my resource that I deliberately use and abuse within and as my relationship line connections to generate experiences of as positivity, neutrality, and negativity for me as my illusion to continue existing and surviving. And so I have throughout my existence just took and took and took to charge and charge and charge me as energy, not realizing, seeing, or understanding in and as this illusion as me as energy. What I have actually been doing as using, abusing the actual substance of as equality and oneness that is and has become this physical existence. Where I forgive myself that I haven't accepted and allowed myself to see, realize, and understand how I will take and take and take money to charge and charge and charge my mind, my life living only with my positive, neutral, negative experiences I have in my relationship towards money. And so to continue charging as creating only my life and motion, my living as my survival within this world on this earth, not seeing, realizing, understanding how this taking, taking, and taking of money only for me, my survival within myself and my world, manifest consequences in the lives of all of humanity, the earth, nature, the animal kingdom, and this entire physical existence. Because with the nature of how the mind consciousness system of energy generate energy for itself to exist, it feeds off of, extracts from, of substance as me, of as equality and oneness. Where I, in my friction as separation from and of all parts of me, in that moment of friction, the mind takes a part of my substance and channels it into itself. From that friction, creating it into an experience and manifesting it into energy, where the more and more I do this, the more and more there is taken from my substance to give my illusion energy. In this, substance diminishes for my illusion to manifest, equal to and one with the world system of money, where for money to continue existing, for human beings to continue taking, taking, and taking money, this physical existence starts diminishing as the money system manifests friction on this earth, in this world to generate money from. Where for money to be created, this physical existence becomes used and abused. And what suffers within this process as individual world system of money continues taking and taking and taking money and generating and generating and generating money. Animals, humans, nature, and this earth diminishes within context of pain, suffering, abuse, killing, murder, starvation for the world system of money to continue functioning, existing as surviving. To be continued. I commit myself to assist and support myself through writing, self-forgiveness, and self-corrective application. Release myself from my accepted and allowed energy relationships that I have accepted and allowed myself to create within the categories of as positivity, neutrality, negativity. In this process, I release myself from my manifested illusion as the mind consciousness system to see, face, expose the reality. As a consequence, I have accepted and allowed myself to create, manifest within and during my possession of as illusion as energy. I commit myself to, as I walk my process out of the illusion of energy into the reality of this physical existence, stand as a living example in sharing my process for others as me to see, realize, and understand as I have and do, so that we can stand together and come together in seeing, realizing, understanding the consequences our manifested illusion as mind consciousness system have created, manifested within as this physical existence, as we've been separated into and as the manifested illusion of as my life, and for all to stand together and come together to manifest this physical existence into and as the life, where all live, stand together, and experience life on this earth as equals and one. I commit myself to, through writing and self-forgiveness, establish self-honesty with and as me, as I see, realize, and understand that self-honesty is the key to see beyond through the illusion as me as energy. To face, expose the reality of as my consequence, I created, manifested as me within and as this existence as me. In this, I see, realize, and understand that being self-honest takes courage to, in moments of writing and self-forgiveness, really be with me and really look, see, investigate me as I have become as illusion, and finally sit with myself asking, what have I done? And answering that question for myself as I write and walk and apply self-forgiveness to finally face and expose the consequences I've always known is here as my responsibility, but have for too long denied, suppressed, ignored. And I now commit myself to taking this responsibility for myself and my creation, being self-honest and giving me the courage to finally face, expose myself so that I can, in this facing, exposing, see what I have done and become, and in this seeing, have the power, ability to stop, change, transform, consequence as me. I commit myself to stop deliberately using, abusing others as me within my relationships of experience as positivity, neutrality, negativity, through assisting, supporting myself within and as my writing of as self-forgiveness and living of as self-corrective application to redefine my living of me into an as self-equality and oneness here, realizing, seeing, and understanding that I do not need such relationships to define who I am, because who I am is not supposed to be a definition, but a living. And so I assist and support me to live equality and oneness first with myself, and then walking my process of as equality and oneness with as others, to stand as a living example that relationships of experience as positivity, neutrality, negativity is manifested separation, and that the key to the return to self, to stop separation and the consequences of separation that has become energy mind, is to assist and support self in the process of as equality and oneness to really live and stop surviving.